They say they want to get it wrong. These niggas claiming that they boss. These niggas better move and coast. Watch it play until they get it wrong. See me, they like, keep on shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gonna stop it. They say they want to get it wrong. I'm on my way. I'm coming up on my number. They see me, they like, keep on shopping. Real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I'm rocking, going up like a rocket. Ain't nobody stop me. These niggas got me. So watch it out, boy. I'm coming all black, slithering out, coming out, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Honey like that, baby. Nothing I can handle. 144 with no going around, both niggas doing like a street in a back door. Drop in the corner like a bum with a bedroom. I'ma leave by example.
Yeah, Shalom Israel. We are the I.S.U.P.K out of 123 Street, Harlem, New York. Been teaching this truth since 1969 that the Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians are 12 lost tribes of the nation of Israel under commanding Gen.YAHANNA, right? So tonight's class could be about the Passover, right? But even before that and all too, right, you go see right through the for the past 2 weeks now, all these brothers have been teaching about the Passover and thing, right? So even from Greek camp leader, the scripture breakdown, even from the history, even from the history class at Pastor Ball, right? Then even so up here all the brotherhood right, class and all too, right? You go see here and all talking about the Passover, you know, say the history, the scripture breakdown, and even with the law class for the past 2 weeks been talking about the Passover, right? Because this is the biggest feast days ordained by the Most High, right? So this is now the time we're going to be celebrating the Passover now. So now we are aware that day, you know what, instead of in the world now we're celebrating all these things in the world, now you know that the Most High has this feast days and things set up, right? And thing, right? So again, now many people don't even know that the Most High is set up, but they know actually every one of these pagan, they know every one of these pagan festivals what we oppressors have, right? And continue to celebrate it. And now for them to tell them, well, hey, you know, these are things we should be celebrating. These things set up by the Most High to celebrate, you know, like, you know, they want to take heed to it and things, right? And when the Most High said these are things for we to celebrate for generations and generations and generations to come and things, right? So and even to start and all to again, they mightn't have know which book and all to just forget the chapter and the verse and all. They can't just say, well, hey, which part we go find say if somebody come and say, well, you know that we go find that may know that my biggest answer they might say Jeremiah, Isaiah, say himself coming close to the books and them say if himself you go to say, well, hey, yeah, I heard about it like somewhere in Leviticus and thing, right? So now because now I.S.U.P.K now bringing the knowledge now you gonna know that, hey, you know what? All these feast days and things, you could find it in Leviticus and you could find it even some other books and all do the same way and all too, right? And things too. So tonight we go just be going to the Passover because you know for about 2 weeks now we continue. That's the countdown and thing, right? Right? So we go start so the first thing we will go through is Leviticus 23 and 1, right?
Come. The book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
right, hold on. So this is Moses here. This is one of we forefathers again, a black man, not with the not with the Christian put as a white man again, and through white supremacy they are doing these things right through and things like all these prophets they put them white and they put them white when these men was black men according to the Bible, right? And then go ahead.
Come on. Speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them concerning the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Even these are my feasts.
Right, so now this is Moses now saying, speak unto the children of Israel, right? saying and them speak on to the children of Israelite. So Moses again, this black man again now, you know, talking to everybody and thing, right? He's talking to the same black, he's talking to the same black people now, right? Concerning the Most High feast days and thing, right? So again, now like they come and say, no, God love everybody and thing, but he ain't giving a direction only to the children of Israel. Nobody else, right? Go ahead.
Come on. Verse 3. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings.
So right, so now this is what it is. Right, so now we know that the Sabbath is 7th day, right? So again, now this is ordained by the Most High for which we shall do no work and thing, right? And there's a holy convocation now, right? So now we have other convocations and them in the Bible now, which will be a little different from the Sabbath day. So more or less now when we go to this the Sabbath thing, a lot of people want to know, well, hey, what the Sabbath is about and thing, right? So it's a day of rest and thing, right? So some people go say, but wait now. When it should be somebody looking to play football, looking to play cricket and thing, right? They go and say, well, look, them playing with him. So the same person playing football and playing cricket, and the same person want to say, well, they want to go and praise the Most High. You really can't, the two of them equal. Somebody go say, but wait now, that person going and praise the Most High, that person better than the person who play football and cricket. When the two of them really doing the same thing. One does decide, you want to play a little football today, one want to play a little cricket, one maybe want to go and play a little movies and thing, right? And the next one might praise him and want to just go and praise the Most High. When everybody just obeying, but there's somebody here just want to praise the Most High more. But yeah, but you can't condemn the person who decided, hey, you know what, I want to go and play a little football today, I want to go and play a little cricket and thing, right? I want to go and watch a little movie and thing, right? Or something. So right, as today how it is and thing, I can't condemn the person, right? Because it is a day for you, right? To keep you off of your sleep, right? Or your work, right? And then right, go to verse 4.
Verse 4. These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons.
Right. So again, as time comes by now, so now again now, so as you know, so every week come now, we have the Sabbath coming, right? So no day that are they for me to be working and things. Are they for yourself and things, or you want to go about it praising the Most High, but make sure everything you're doing is lawful in the eyes of the Most High and thing, right? So now when we go to thing now, so it is a feast days, even a holy convocation, which we shall be proclaiming their season, right? So when you go to verse 5 now, go ahead.
Verse 5. In the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover.
Right. So now we come into one of the holy convocations, which will be a little different from the Sabbath day now. That now what will be is this now, right? So as Saturday the where so any one of these feast days and then come up like the feast of trumpet the feast of tabernacles now, right? So I say after 6 now, right? So compared to the Sabbath now, that hey, you know what? When the day start now, I know at the evening time I go say, but you know what, I'm gonna watch a little movie and thing, right? I might be going and watch Pan, or I might say by going and look at drink and thing, right? It's a little different now. So now this is a holy convocation now, a feast day are the Most High things are events will happen now. So this is now the Most High now tell you, hey, no, you will have to guard us. It don't have no movies and things like that. Which part wherever these feast days is keeping, you know, you'll have to go on gather and things like that. Now this now is a law now. So it's not like the Sabbath now where you could say, well, you know what, I'm gonna stay with my wife and watch a little movie. I'm gonna look at a little basketball or something. So as this now, whatever time the feast is set now, where it's at ordained by the priest and them, you know you're going to look at the priest and them now. It's a little different now. So when the feast days and them come around now, which is like all the Passover, the feast of unleavened bread, the feast of trumpet, the feast of tabernacles, the feast of dedication. Now they will have to go and meet with your priest and them, whoever the Most High would in them, right? And thing, right? So again, now there's no seeing the difference now between the Sabbath and the feast days and thing, right? Which is the two of them, there's convocations and them, but now we just have a little difference now in it, right? And again, now this is really in the season of the Passover again, right? So again, now we people don't know about these things. And give me Isaiah 30. 30 and 1 with changing times and seasons.
So I'm going to do Isaiah 30 and 1.
All right, give me Isaiah 30 and 10.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 10, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not, unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits.
So again, now the children of Israel again, now they don't want to know about the Most High and the Most High laws, statutes, and judgments and thing, right? The things set up for we to keep and thing, right? But they rather hear the lies from these pastors and thing. They rather hear about Christmas and thing, New Year's and thing. They rather hear about Easter and thing, right? But knowing the Most High feast days, they know not about it. And again, the main reason why black people not knowing about the Most High feast is because of the Christian leaders and them, right? We Creflo Dollar, we T.D. Jakes, with Archbishop Gordon, Pastor Coffee, and all these brothers and them again, not teaching you black, Hispanics, and Native Indians, your laws, your statutes, your judgments, and then things ordained by the Most High again. But what they're doing, they're following the way of the heathens and everybody Most High say follow, not right, and then more or less in the white arm and all the oppressors and pocket and thing, right? Not letting you know that hey, you is a separate person from all these other nations. You are God chosen people. You're not supposed to be following again. So that's why again they're not even you know what? Let's just say that and all too. They're not gonna tell you hey you black Hispanics and Native Indians or really special people on the face of the earth and then use God chosen people. So now when you tell them that you know when the East Indians and them whereby I wonder what them East Indians go think when we see them thing, but I wonder what the Chinese them go think when we see them thing, I wonder what the white man go say. Again, the men and the Most High and thing is what always brave men and thing, right? And thing with no cowards and thing ever since any one of these prophets and them you see and thing was always brave men, not afraid to talk the words of the Most High and thing. So again, we are I.S.U.P.K not afraid to tell you that hey, no matter which part we is and thing that hey, these people them is God chosen people and thing, right? We not afraid to say that and thing wherever it is and thing, right? So again, the Christian leaders not telling you black Hispanics and Native Indians, you are 12 Lord tribe of the nation of Israel. From all these tribes, go back from Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Issachar, Gad, Ephraim, Zebulun, right? And keep on going and think that you make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel and thing, and you are God chosen people again. But why? Everybody feel you on the same playing ground and know what? You can go and celebrate everything. So when you check back all religion and thing again, and you see Christianity come again, and that's why all these races and them is Christians and all too, and every Christian church and all when it come back is Christians again, because everybody one thing. Rasta believe in Christmas, Rasta believe in birthday, Muslim believe in Christmas and all these things. Things are not celebrated by the whole fake religion and all too. They come in and celebrate and all, and when you check back all of them is one. And you black Hispanic and Native Indian man is not one with these other nations and them, right? Because why? The Most High give you things to celebrate and thing, right?
Right.
So let me go back to Leviticus 23 and
Come on. The book of 23.
yeah, we go read back 5, but Leviticus 23 and 5.
Come on. The book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 5. In the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover.
Right, so the 14th day, right, the first month is the Lord Passover again, right? So right now we there's a few days away from the Passover, right? And thing, right? So again now this is the time of the Passover again, right? And thing, right? So now every black Hispanic and Native Indian should know you know what, boy? Between March and April, Daddy Mosai the Most High Passover and thing, you know what? Everybody should be having that preparation here to go and get lamb and thing, right? Go and get all the hoods, looking to get all the dress in order and thing, right? Garments in order and thing, right? And the rest go looking to book all them women looking to book appointment with the hairdresser because you know you want to look fly for the again now again looking want to look in that spirit for the Most High and again now for your nation and thing, right? So people would say, whoa. And line by the nation of Israel really different and thing, right? But I see again now we don't even know anything, right? So just know when just like in the world now, when emancipation come around, everybody know when it's emancipation day. Everybody know when it's in the revival day and all these things and all these things is paganism to the most and everybody know. But when currently Passover now, again now, nobody still know when the Most High Passover is. Only the I.S.U.P.K and thing know when the Most High Passover and thing, right? And that should have never be so and thing, right? So things that the world, everybody know when the time come around and thing, right? Like Christmas, everybody know the season when Christmas come around and thing, right? Everybody know the season and New Year come out. Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, right? You and thing, right? We're greeting everybody today, you know, and telling them, well, you have a nice day and thing. It's none of that and it's none of that again. But you see again, all the pagan thing, you will know when that season is. But the Most High things, you don't know at all, right?
Right.
And then after it followed up by the Feast of Unleavened Bread, right? Go ahead to verse 6.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, and verse 6. And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread.
Right, so again now when we have this now 7 days are 11 bread, right? So that means bread with no yeast and thing, right? And also now when we go in them thing now, this is now the time now you go look at take out all the yeast out your house, everything and anything with yeast out your house for them 7 days and all too. So whether being putting it in your car, whether being putting it in a bucket and all too and storing it for that time being outside and thing, it is what it is and thing, right? Because why the Most High say it and thing too, right? And also all the rest of the feast days and thing too, right? And things, right? So it have a lot of other feast days and things, but this is actually just the two right now will be back to back and thing, right? Which is the Passover and the Feast on 11 bread and thing, right?
Right.
Go ahead, yeah, go ahead to verse 7, yeah.
Verse 7. In the first day ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
Right, so you see again now the same thing happening again too. So again, you see again it's a holy convocation, so no survival work again not taking place, right? So now again know that hey, when the Passover come up, you know, you have to go and gather among the priests and them and do keep the Most High Passover, keep the Most High on 11 bread, right? And things. So again, let's get in it right here, and you go see this is all the scriptures now. You go see all the other feast days coming about, and then after I know again now you'll find it and then after I talk about that books now the rest of feast days like Esther we will find Purim, and then after the feast of dedication now we'll find in the book of Maccabees and thing, right? So again now when you check back some of these books and them, these are the books that have women and them like strong and thing, right? So this is a move away these books and thing, right? From we and thing. These are the books that are really build men and thing. You see how Maccabees and thing, hey, they didn't take in that stain eating pork and then after grave again all the words again that hey or ain't coming around or ain't not coming around you on the Sabbath day and feel either use the Sabbath day to go against you and slaughter you and thing, and these are the book that build men and thing to again, right? So this now you go find the rest of the feast days and thing, and what people go say that was Jewish them is Jewish feast and all kind of thing, which is it is the apocrypha is a part of the King James Bible, right? That's how they try to move it because they know these books that are really building men and them. You see now with the seven brothers and them again they didn't want to eat pork and how they die. You see that again with the priest and thing where they try to tell them, hey, eat the goat and we and but it's pork here eating, so the fully people now and say, hey, yeah, look, wait now, this man turn by and think when the man he say nah me eating no goat and making people feel it's pork eating and think, because why it come like it's the same thing, whether you eat the pork in front, you know what? You gotta die to the same way to serve the Most High and thing, right? So again, these are the other books now we will find the other feast days and them, right?
Right.
So give me 2 Peter 3 and 8.
The book of 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 8. Beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day.
Right, so you know, ignorant that is one thing, right? So this is what Peter saying, and thing I guess he just gave the flip side, both side and thing, right? So he said 1,000 year, one day as with the Lord is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is like one day, right? So when you go back and think now, right? So what would the Mosai doing for you Black Hispanics and Native Indians and thing, right? So every week pass, you get one day for yourself. So out of a month, you get 4 days for yourself. Then after now, if these fees out again now, there more days for yourself again too. I not know this is not a boring it's not a boring days and thing. You come in together, people dressing up nice, you're eating, you're drinking, all kind of thing, right? So when coming back, there's only one day. There's only one day out of these convocations you would not like, because really the day are atonement. So now that the day now you can't drink. You can't drink nothing for 24 hours. You can't eat nothing for 24 hours and thing, right?
Right.
So that's the only day when you come back, you will say, oh, wait, but again, it is with the Mosai, and if the Mosai say that way it is, you get all the rest of feast days you get it nice, you get to eat God, and this one day, you tell hey, this is the day atonement. I think this is when you can't eat, you can't drink nothing, you have to fast for 24 hours. It is what it is and thing. But you see again now, look what the Mosai give you. So yeah, all them feast days now, some of them is all 7 days, like the feast of 11 bread. The Feast of Dedication is the next long one again. The Feast of Tabernacles again is the next long one. So within them Sabbath and them, you have all these days. And then after now, the Mosai gain you extra days now to come and keep on thing, right? And so when you check back all these things, we gain amount of days to serve, have fun and all these things, and I'm which you normal days praising the Mosai as the days go by. But you have the scripture saying now that, hey, you know what? 1,000 days, like 1,000 years is one day for the Mosai, and thing, right? And when you watch back this now, the Mosai doing all this thing, the Mosai working all around for you. So let me just say for 1,000 years past, the Mosai no get this. So you check back now to see, well, wait now. If the Mosai was to really have a Sabbath day and thing, wait, but the Mosai doing all these things for it to be straight and thing, making the rain fall, making doing all that or doing all the other parts underneath the ground. When you plant your seed and thing, he's making sure all everything is taking place underneath the wind, everything is when coming back to babies being born, send back and thing whoever going to have sex, babies coming, he doing all the part, everything and thing, right? And you know what? And what's going on? The Mosai is making everything go wrong. And that's to say, hey, you know what? But we really can't blame the Mosai. And what the scripture is saying by 1,000 years, like one day for the Mosai. Look how the Mosai working all around for you, and we can't be the Mosai. And that really, when you check out, that a really good father, to we. Right? And we not obeying the Mosai. Mosai give you things to follow, but what are we doing? He working all around for we. And what's going on? Give we the Passover. We don't know about the Passover. Give him the feast on unleavened bread. We don't know about the feast on unleavened bread, and so the rest of the feast days and them and thing, right? And you know what? That's fully disobeying the Mosai, right?
Right.
So give me Exodus 11 and no, give me Exodus 5, 1 and 3.
The book of Exodus, chapter 5 and verse 1. And afterward, Moses and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh, thus saith the Lord God of Israel, let my people go, that they may hold a feast unto me in the wilderness.
Right, so again, now this is Moses and Aaron, where you are seeing with forefathers and them, right? 2 black men again, right? Now again, under the hands of the Mosai, now coming to the Egyptians and them. So all these people and them who saying, hey, we African and all kind of thing, right? This is Moses talking to them Africans, and this is Moses talking to them Africans and them. Which say they again, like when we hear the word Africa, American thing, this is really Europeans and this is really the people who are there. So that's the conquerors, so that was the name really given. But when you're going like in his Undervan Bible Dictionary and thing, and you follow about the I.S.U.P.K, and now you get to know these nations and them, which is the people really for Africa and things as they go in on the one Bible dictionary, you go see the Egyptians, the Canaanites, the Ethiopians, the Libyans, and them. These are really the family of Ham and thing, right? And things. So now you're going to know wait him. So this is one of the people coming out of Ham, right? So the Egyptians and them, right? So all you like align yourself with the Africans and say, yeah, boy, Africans. But look here, look what's going on here. Two brothers telling you pleading with the Mosai, telling the Egyptians, hey, let go the nation of Israel and thing, right? And you know what? They're not here, not here. You ain't taking no heed to that, right? Go ahead.
Verse 2. And Pharaoh said, who is the Lord?
Oh boy. Again, I see again that why them Africans have to be with that why them Africans have to be the way they're looking and thing, right? No matter they're looking and thing when they're looking like hunger and thing when you watch them again, the Egyptians and them always naked looking like homosexual men outside with the chest outside ball and shining up the body with grease all kind of thing when they check if a man want to do that might be for a woman and thing, but yeah these Egyptians and them again. So no wonder the way how they're looking and thing, because why what you they saying again? Who is the Lord? And think, right, blah, you know what? Boy, that nothing to me. And then me don't know who is he, right? Go ahead.
Who is the Lord that I should obey his voice to let Israel go? I know not the Lord, neither will I let Israel go.
So you know not the Lord, but you know Israel, right? And you know Israel doing thing, right? Israel working, Israel building the empire, just like we see happening in American thing today, right? And who build America? Again, the nation of Israel and thing, right? And the same thing keep on going. Who build all Trinidad and Tobago and thing, who build Jamaica and thing, the same thing keep on going. The same nation of Israel and thing, right? And you know what? Nobody want to let go black people. Everybody want black people under their hands. Here comes the other brothers and them again now too again. Next working class again. We brothers all the Venezuelans and them. And it was just the Mexicans and them alone. So like yeah, people now seeing how brutal the Venezuelans and them is to how that work ethic and all too again. So here comes another brother again from Israel again. So here was everybody thought was hey them West Indians and them could really walk them Trinidadians, them Jamaicans and them Venezuelans and all of them, right? Here comes no. So when I think now everybody yeah they're gonna get the Mexicans and them now. Say yeah but the Mexicans could really walk tribal Asuka and thing now. Here comes Asha in the house now, again now, yeah, by them Venezuelan could really work by anything, right? All the nation of Israel. And you see people was building all the pyramids under the hands of Pharaoh and thing, right? Go ahead.
Verse 3. And they said, the God of the Hebrews had met with us. Let us go, we pray thee, 3 days' journey into the desert, and sacrifice unto the Lord our God, lest he fall upon us with pestilence or with the sword.
So again now, right? So this is we know, right? That long as we disobey the Most High, we know that hey, you're going on things that's going to happen to we and thing, right? So we know that hey, anything the Most High say, let we obey the Most High and thing, right? So that's how they get a command and thing. We say want to know the law behind. We say want to know the punishment coming behind. So that's how we have the law now. That hey, you know what? Now it's our law. We didn't take the command of him. Now we are the law now. Hey. So when you didn't do this now, yeah, coming now, the punishment coming now, right? So now we know that hey, we go. So now we just knowing here that hey, let me go and keep this thing let me go and keep this thing with the Mosai say to do, because you know why it's punishment coming and who prevented we from doing that? This time it's not the hands that Israel didn't want to go. This is the hands that the Egyptians and them keeping we from celebrating with the feast of the Mosai, right? We wanted we to keep, right? And again, them again, no nation wants to hear about the Mosai thing. All nations are the Mosai enemies. They do nothing about the Mosai, they care nothing about the Mosai, right? And thing, right? All they care about the fake gods and them actually go and make. You can actually go and buy it in a shop, you can actually take it and toot it all about and thing. Some of them again you come back to the cow and you can pull the gourd and thing, chop up the gourd for meat and eat it and all kind of thing, right? And again and see again why I'm thinking, and then after when you go back in Israel something, Israel say, but wait now, how these people come lords over us something, how foolish they something, and these people take lord over us something, and that why? Because we're not following laws, statutes, and judgments of the Most High and things. Foolish people is lords over us as Israel say and thing, right? And what's going on here and thing, right? Same thing happening again. Foolish people, there's Lord over us, because why we not obeying the voice of the Most High, right? So we got that thing now. So now this is the Most High pleading with them, hey, let go my people and thing, right? They say, let go my people, right? You don't want to hear, right? So here we go to Exodus 5 and 17.
The book of Exodus, chapter 5 and verse 17. What he said, ye are idle, therefore ye say, let us go and do sacrifice to the Lord.
So this is very clear, right? So first so the children is there want to go and praise the Most High and thing, right? So this coming back the same thing again. That's why I say them other nations is the Most High enemies and thing. People want to go and praise the God. The most them ways are doing good. It's right to go and praise the idol them idols and them things they could make things with the Most High create the gods and them and thing, right? So that's like we see Chinese and them. The Chinese have the waters are God because the water powerful. The East Indians have cow. The cow as a god because the cow strong, the monkey strong, and all these things. They have them as a god and thing, and so keep on going and thing, right? With all these other nations, nothing new and thing, right? Okay, ma'am. Exodus 11 13.
The book of Exodus, chapter 11 and verse
Exodus, no, my bad, 11 and 3, I mean, my bad.
The book of Exodus, chapter 11 and verse 3. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians.
Right, so now, look, the Most High going a big difference again. Look, the Most High going a big difference again, and we from the Egyptians and them. So all who think again, look, keeping a big likeness. So the Most High saying, like, showing all the likeness to the nation Israel and what? Again, the Egyptians and them. So all we look like them, we are not them. So just like the Japanese and the Chinese look alike, there's two different races of people, right? And mind you in the scriptures again, so all who they know again, because they're Christian leaders again, they're full of nonsense, they're full of shit, they're ignorant, they don't know nothing about the Bible, the Moabites and them, right? Is the Chinese and them, and the Ammonites and them is the Amorites and them is the Japanese and them, right? So that's again now, the Egyptians and them is where you go find out the children of Ham, right? So again now, and then after now, here the Israel now, it is Jacob in the Bible, this is who we are today, right? Israelites, right?
Right.
From Israel, from him being a new man, right? So every time you know you think again, this is the Most High put a different name and becoming a new man to him, right? Go ahead.
Come. Moreover, Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. Verse 4, and Moses said, thus say the Lord, about midnight I will go out into the midst of Egypt. Verse 5, shall die from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even to the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of the beast.
Right. So this is the Moses. So you check back now, the Moses was again was telling Moses and thing, right? Hey, you're going on. Let go more people and thing, right? So before he reaches this last plague here again, 9 plagues before, he tell them all we do the rivers turn it red and thing, he bring frogs and thing, right? He bring locusts, he bring all these different things and them and plague the Egyptians and them and what he don't want to hear and thing, right? So again, you see the Most High wasn't just saying what he just wanted was to kill them Egyptians, all the firstborn and that. Right? Just to show how dread all people like this say about yeah, the Most High, all loving and caring and all kind of thing. Yeah, this is the Most High here and thing, right? You see what he do there? He wipe out firstborn and thing, right? So the firstborn of somebody could be 45 years and thing, right? So you know somebody they might be get older about 86 and thing, and the firstborn child is about 45 years. That person dead. That one gone. Somebody now make a baby and thing, right? Die the firstborn baby, they now make and thing, it might be 2 years, 3 years. That dead and gone too. The animals and them too are not the same thing and all too. That firstborn animals from them and them making and all too, them dead and gone and all too again. And I like to say, yeah, the Christian church like the preacher, hey, God is all loving and God is all caring and thing. Same thing happen here. You see, he deal with them Egyptians and them and thing, right? Yeah, and God is all loving and caring and thing, right? You better know, yeah, this thing out here. Better know the most bad ways. So when coming to the good one, it's easy. It come easy for you and thing, right? So always know the bad. So the bad side about Mosai, know the Mosai laws and the punishment coming behind it. So there's no only Mosai punishment and everything as we say good come easy right in front of you and thing. And that's how easy it will be with you and the Mosai and thing. But they don't teach you the Mosai bad ways. That's how the Christian church, because why the Christian church just wait to sin. Again, and then after they get the white, they get a white Jesus and thing, right? Fold the hands so and say, come, welcome. Do what you want and thing, I forgive or you stretch out your hand and thing with the effeminate self. Yeah, what you want to do what you want and thing. And say, come when you watch the whole thing with when you watch the whole scriptures with Christ was the most monstrous thing in the Bible and thing, right? Nothing about Christ wasn't waiting. Don't think mother and when you check out some of the things he telling the mother and all to you and think about wait now. This is not the Christ the church was talking about. Mary go on to turn, Mary come and tell him about turning why Christ turn and say, hey woman, what you to do with me with these people and them and then he telling say why to do with these people and them, what? He just turn it and then go on again, the same thing again. The accent for Mary the accent they're telling Christ, hey look at mother there. Christ and say, hey, who do with the will of my father is my mother and thing. He blood turn wrong again. Mary, again, I see again the same thing happen. I pray in Christ had this thing and many other things now. When coming back to the soldiers and all kind of thing, when they come looking for me, step back. Say, I am him and the two, let's back. All these things and anything about him, the son of God, God favorite son, real loving too, just like God, just like we father, we spiritual father, the most they put all the loving part, but they don't put that bad side and thing, right? Go ahead.
Come on. Verse 6. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor like it anymore.
So let's imagine sometime when you're going to go and watch a funeral and somebody really love how they'll be balling on the place. They want to show down themselves in that funeral box and all kind of thing too. And this is let's just imagine them cries and then multiplying the thing, right? The whole the elaborate and maybe that cry all in powder spain, love paper, that whole note section, wherever that wind blowing, that direction that blowing, that wind just carrying that noise and thing. And this is what's going on here. All them Egyptians are crying for the firstborn. Down to the animals and then crying and all too. And think it's a loud cry and think to the Most High is a loving the wait name and this is now the learning lesson for the nation of Israel, right?
Right.
Go ahead to verse 7.
The book of Exodus chapter 11 and verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast. That they may know how the Lord doeth, put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Right, so see what happening now? So the Most High Passover, right? Right there, the nation of Israel, and what do we strike down the Egyptians? No, I know who is No, I know who Israel is and thing, right? This is Israel. This is God chosen people and thing. And you with Egyptians and them, just how we go to the scripture with all these other nations, just how you call them the uncircumcised dogs and them thing, how they call they will call them, what is name again? One David kill I can't come to me right now. Goliath. Yeah, and how he call and see how the event things. So all these names and them again now the Most High is call all these things and heathens and all these things. These is all these names for these other nations and them and thing, right? And again, your Christian leaders will tell you that and thing, make you feel like hey, your heathen is somebody ungodly and thing, which is true. But again, the heathens and them is the other nations and them we see Gentiles now. We're going on to Gentiles is the other nation now. We're going with the nation Israel. We pick up these customs and them too. Now, so we have the name coming under these same heathens and them too. And think of why? He pick up the customs and them too. So now we have to know the difference in the Bible now when it is talking about the other nations, and now you have to know when it is talking about the nation of Israel now picking up the customs of the heathens and them too, right? And things. So now the Most High he part different and this should have be now this should have be we learning lessons now, and all the other nations them learning lessons now. So this is what the Most High do one thing, right? So Pharaoh didn't want to have, they didn't want to hear and thing. He all go on there, the Most High kill all the firstborn and thing, right?
Right.
So now this will have be the learning lesson to Israel. You know what, boy? As long as we keep the most the Lord statute and judgment, no nation can come wrong with. And thing, right? No nation can come wrong because why we are the Most High, the Most High have we back. So just like our man is going to tell the woman, hey, you know what, are you back and thing, right? And thing, right? So this is how they are. The same thing now, the Most High telling, hey, you're going on. Are you back and thing? And thing, right? So anybody come wrong, as long as you doing what it is I tell you to do, nobody can come wrong. But no, opposite take place. And thing, right? These nations know now, hey, as long as them not serving the Most High and thing, we can go and attack them and things. So them not alone, hey, you see them, let me leave them alone. You see what the Most High do them Egyptians and them? He wipe them out. That's what I done with him. But know what we do? Same thing again. Now pick up them. We go on and pick back up again now the heathen customs and them. And now we open and thing, right? We free for the nations them to attack we again. Because why we not listening to we father and thing, right?
Right.
So again, the nation of Israel again. So this is all when we go through all things. This will be feast days again. As we see in the scriptures and thing, right? The Passover we should be keeping and thing, which is that stuff. Saturday sundown and thing, right? And again now you can tune in from 7 o'clock and thing and watch it online and thing, right? Right? So you go see everything how it go about everything, right? See the function of the priests and them in the I.S.U.P.K and see the function of Israel is do the Passover, nothing from the priests and the prophets and them in the Bible, how they keep the Passover and thing, right?
Right.
So let me go to Luke chapter 2, verse 39 and 43.
The book of Luke, chapter 2, and verse 39. And when they had performed all things according to the law of the Lord, they returned in to Galilee, to their own city, Nazareth. Verse 40.
Right, so this is Jesus Christ here in the Hebrew Yahushua Mashiach, right? So again now, this is now showing that again now. This is why we should be keeping. This is wherever we go and start the reading, go share that how you know what Christ was keeping the Passover and this now let's just show you that hey, you know what again it have been passed down from generations and generations coming down and things right. So all from Moses come straight down back now, you know, to Christ here and thing, right? So that's how you know Moses and thing one of the most well-known prophets in the Bible. Now again, now we King Yahushua, priest of all priests, and then now you're going to see now, you know what? He was keeping the Passover and all too, right? And you're going to see you're going to see now from a young age itself, right? And thing, right? So all when we go back in from the first book of Luke and thing, when they tell him, well, you know what? When we read verse 42, and when he was that's not what. Give me verse 39. Give me from verse 39.
Come on, the book of Luke, chapter 2, and verse 39. And when they had performed all things according to the law of the Lord, they returned in to Galilee, to their own city, Nazareth.
Right? So remember this now, right? So remember Mary now again was been told by the angel that she's going to meet a man from the house of David named Jude, named Joseph, right? And she's going to have sex with him and she's going to make a son and he's going to be full of the Holy Spirit, right? Full of that vibes. Everything this little boy is going to do is he's going to be He's going to do it at the Most High. He's going to talk at the Most High, do at the Most High, everything, right? So again, now, after all this thing, here Mary and things. So Mary knows what been tell. She say when you see David and when you see Joseph, he's going to have sex with him, right? So yes. So Mary did have sex with Joseph. The Most High did not impregnate with it. So everything been taught to she went and do it and thing, right? And after from that, that's what I think. They come back to Nazareth. Go ahead to verse 39.
Verse 39. And when they had performed all things according to the law of the Lord, they returned into Galilee to their own city, Nazareth. Verse 40. And the child grew and waxed strong in spirit, filled with wisdom, and the grace of the Most High was upon him.
Right, so you see again, that's how they say. So from since that thing they say he will be full of the Holy Spirit, right? So that same vibes and things. So he doing everything, having that vibes and thing. He grew and waxed strong in spirit and filled with the wisdom and the grace of the Most High was upon him, right? Go ahead.
Verse 41. And his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of the Passover.
Right, so we really know say again now. So his parents went every year to the feast of the Passover and thing, right? So all who say they love Christ and thing, right? And thing, right? Well, this is what we should say. We love Christ and thing. We should be following the things what Christ was doing, right? So Christ, we didn't know Christ to be celebrating Christmas. We didn't know Christ to be celebrating Easter. We didn't know Christ to be celebrating New Year's. Indian Arrival Day, Emancipation Day, Independence Day, and when we go and celebrate Independence Day and Emancipation Day, all it has given the white man recognition to all the wickedness he do one thing, right? Why go and celebrate Emancipation Day and Independence Day when I know the white man with him? We just giving the white man recognition every year to the wickedness he do black Hispanics and Native Indians and them, right? And nobody to guide you black Hispanics and Native Indians and them, right? Christian leaders and telling you that and thing, right? So who we are to follow, that's as Paul said, follow me as I follow Christ and thing, right? So again, what Christ was following the laws that he started and judgment of the Most High. Christ was following the feast days the Most High said to keep and thing, right? And why not? He had the Bible, he had the Most High Spirit on him, right? So we go and follow the things the Most High say. And if we love Christ, and just how we love the Most High, we go keep the Passover, right?
Right.
Go ahead to verse 42.
The book of Luke, chapter 2 and verse 42. And when he was 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast.
So again, when you same they say that's about that's 12 years now, and the same thing happening. He go in the feast days and he go in the feast days with his mother and things. The mother and them was people go in the feast days. Now he had to do it because why? When it's in the scriptures for we children and children to follow the law and things, right? What about verse 43?
Verse 43. And when they had fulfilled the days, as they returned, the child tarried behind in Jerusalem, and Joseph and his mother knew of it not.
Right. So when you check back this now again, so just like sometimes when I go past with him, so now this is our feast day again. Now, so remember now, this is our feast day for the nation of Israel and thing, right? So everybody gonna be there and thing, right? So now when it's time now, it's finished now, right? So now, hey, but wait now, what Christ, he lost. So how much have we went parties and things the same way now? And when you know you're looking for him, you're thinking, hey, wait now, but you are no behind me, no way. You have to go back and look, because why? It wasn't just about tea. If it was just Mary, Joseph, and Christ, they wouldn't have lost him. And think that no way you're going on. This man, look at see him and think that. Because why? It was many people there, and the nation and thing, right? So that nation, you black Hispanics and Native Indians, we should be keeping the Most High Passover, right? Tune into the I.S.U.P.K, come and learn the history and knowledge, come and learn the Most High laws, statutes, and judgments and thing, right? You won't learn it in the Christian church and thing, right? So that's how you are able to be lost and thing. That's why the parents tell themselves, no, which party is and thing, right? Because why? It wasn't just three of them and thing. This was a feast day, that other go. Just as we read in the scriptures, not like the Sabbath day, you know, you just home, you know, they feel to go and play cricket and thing, whatever. No, this was a feast days. Wherever them feast days come around, we had to gather around with priests and them and serve the Most High, right?
Right.
So this is Christ, a young man keep going to the Passover, right? So now you give me John 11, verse 45 and 57.
The book of John, chapter 11, and verse 45. Then many of the Jews which came to Mary and had seen the things which Jesus did believed on him.
Right, so this is again now, so this is Jesus' mother, right? Jehovah Shai Masiah, can't think I say, they tell me, yeah, boy, you really believe in Christ, and these things on them is not normal and thing, right? These things is really are the Most High. This man is really the Most High son. It had to be, and thing, right? Go ahead.
Verse 46. But some of them went their ways to the Pharisees and told them what things Jesus had done.
Right, and thing, right? So again now, Jesus doing all the miracles, Jesus talking the full spirit of the Most High, and all these other things he doing, just as they do, you know, when the I.S.U.P.K out on the streets and thing, when they going back and tell them, hey, when he tell them, hey, Christ is, or a Christian pastor not telling you that, hey, them prophets and them, the same thing, just like it, just to tell you, just like not to tell you that, hey, you know what, you black, Spanish, and Native Indians, you are the 12 tribe of the nation, is you are God chosen people. They're not even telling you that, hey, you know what, them prophets and them is black men and them thing in it. Them black is black men. Them see black people you're walking calling niggers, negroes, cockroach and all them things. Yeah, die them in the Bible. They ain't nothing. Your pastor didn't have the belly saying I running back. When they come and tell them, hey, but pastor, they see all kind of thing about God in love everybody and all the thing, and they're running back to they see running back to your pastor and all they'll say, well, I'm really gonna look into what them men see in these scriptures and thing and really seeing through. They're reading it from the scriptures. They're saying about it now. There's a book they're reading that going instead of seeing that, but why instead as well. Hey, I'm not gonna look in, but nah, boy, you're back to the pastor and yeah, boy, them no good, them the wicked, them Israel, them I.S.U.P.K men, the wicked and thing. The Sheila David and thing, yeah, stay away from them and thing, right? And the same thing happening here. They're going to report him back to the scribes and Pharisees. The same thing what Christ was telling them, the fire, the devil and thing, right? That was they report him back to them devils and them, right? Go ahead.
Verse 47. Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees took a counsel and said, What do we? For this man doeth many miracles.
Right, they didn't see, but they hear everything he doing. Right, go ahead.
Verse 48. If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him, and the Romans shall come and take away both our places and the nation.
Right, so them going, and the nation of Israel going. Right, go ahead.
Verse 49. And one of them, named Caiaphas, being the high priest that same year, said unto them, Ye know nothing at all.
Right, so this man, them thinking them know, but he tell them, hey, I ain't really know, you know. He know he going to think why thinking why you know nothing yet. Now he going to expose everything to them. Right, go ahead.
Verse 50. Nor consider that it is expedient for us that one man should die for the people, and that the whole nation perish not.
So it don't make sense, right? It don't make sense the whole nation perish, but then it gonna make sense now. And experience as meeting, right? So you know, check it, say, nah, it ain't gonna make sense for the whole nation to perish, right? Better he perish, and then right? So now they're going on, now they want to know that saying, hey, better this man did it, right? Go ahead. And then see again. That's how we see. This is all the Christian leaders and thing too. Men who speak in the truth of the Most High and thing, right? And other vibes and doing everything and thing. They hated and thing, right? They hated everything. Now they tell man, hey, dreadlocks, hey, that way have any hair, that belong to them Messenian. Hey, smoking is not of the nation of Israel. That come from them Messenian. Say you dressing up like a whore, that is not of the nation of Israel and thing, right? Yeah. That come from them other nation thing. Everything you see going on, they coming from these other nations and them, right? And you see again? And why? Because why? Why want to be full of the other nations and them and the foolishness and the philosophies and all these things and them, right? Go ahead.
Verse 52. And not for that nation only, but that also he should gather together in one the children of the Most High that were scattered abroad.
So not for you Negroes and them too again, right? We see again. So when you check back again, right? So right, we see so when you check back in history and thing, right? Now only the black you Negroes went into slavery, right? So that when the I.S.U.P.K and thing, right? When we say that the Hispanics and them, right? The Native Indians are you Negroes are the 12 lost tribes of the nation of Israel. Because why? When you go back in the records in the Bible, you're going to see that the Hispanics and them fled, right? They did not get to see Jesus Christ, or if we say Yahushua Mashiach and thing, right? These nations had already fled already and went on to the West Indies and thing, right? So they did not get to see white name, right? So this man now come for white name. So they already know who this man come from and thing, right? So I already know that hey, the nation of Israel and you see it here again, right? So now you want to know, well, hey, what nation they're talking about here now in the scriptures and thing, right? They're talking about the Hispanics and them and the Native Indians and them, whether it's on the reservoir. So all these people from Colombia, Brazil, Argentina, Peru, Bolivia, all these South American countries and them, right? And even when you go up to Canada and all these things and them too, right? And thing, right? And the Native Indian were on the reservoirs and them in America and you Negroes, this is all you combine together and make up the nation of Israel. This, right? And right, we say when you go in Matthew 10, 5, when you go in Matthew 10, with 5 to 6 and then you go see, he say, I only come for the Lordship of the house of Israel. So now you see who we're talking about. So all they come and say, well, hey, them other nations and things. No, these is other nations too, right? So just like hey, them Negroes and them, yeah, the Negroes is one, they are another nation. And you will go class and say, well, yeah, them Hispanics, Colombian, Brazilian, Argentines, and when the Venezuelans say they say Hispanics, and them after the Native Indians and them, yeah, these are the people and them we come for and thing, right? These are the other nations.
Verse 53. Then from that day forth they took counsel together for to put him to.
Right, so they don't make up their mind. Verdict. Just like all the way name right now. So all these judges and them right, they're coming together now to make a verdict for if the how much years this white man should be when this white man shouldn't have reached that and thing so long again. Now that there's some other deals again to see well wherever going to happen again and things. So now they see they come to do. And this is again right, that's why this world is now we own and thing, right? And the same thing happening again. If you feel this new president here will stop white people from killing black people and thing and wherever and thing. Nah, same treatment again. Because why this world is now we own. This is the oppressors and them world and thing, right? You black Hispanics and Native Indian man, you need to come back to the Mosai and thing, right? Come back to the Mosai law, statutes and judgments. Let the Mosai deal with it. He say vengeance is you and say, boy, you feel that hey, this new president go come and the red ugly man, the red ugly one that's going out there and feel like, yeah, wait name, the same treatment coming. You see what happening again? Another one dead, and next one pepper spray in the eye, and all kind of thing. You see what happening again? They don't care about you black Hispanics and Native Indians. They're going to continue oppressing you, right? And think the same thing happening here again, right? So they go put you to death, right?
Right.
Just like God want to put a king to death, right? Righteousness again, right? Go ahead.
Verse 54. Jesus therefore walked no openly among the Jews, but went thence unto a country near to the wilderness.
Right, so now again now you know it about hit and here. So just like again now when somebody somebody want to do something again, right? Something might want to say you and somebody have a confrontation or something, you might want to pass in front of them, you might see them in a shop. You might see them in the shop, they're going to buy something and say, what? Why let me wait till he come out of that shop and thing, right? And move out with the thing. So like, he and see me why I ain't coming no close contact. So now again now Christ knowing that there is a bounty on the head now, they want him dead. Right? And thing, right? So the same thing now. Go ahead.
Into a city called Ephraim, and there continued with his disciples. Verse 55. And the Jews' Passover was nigh at hand, and many went out of the country up to Jerusalem before the Passover to purify themselves.
So see now the Jews Passover was as near again, right? So this is it. So same thing here now. We go come this year, right? The Jews Passover was near now. So now again now, this is the time now we go be coming to keeping the Mosai Passover and thing, right? So this is when we feast and thing, right? So this is when we coming and thing, right? So no, hey, you're going on. he's an Israelite and thing, right? From the tribe of Judah, and right, we say that's when they go back again. So they say right, not only for this nation, but for the other nations and thing, for the other nations and thing, right? So they actually know, the Pharisees and again know that hey, the nation of Israel consists of other nations and thing to Judah, Benjamin, Levi and thing too, right? So again now they want now they say that hey, all right, what they say it over again?
Come on. And the Jews, Passover was nigh at hand.
Right, so the Jews Passover near hand. There's a few days now we have to go and keep the Mosai Passover, right? Go ahead.
And many went out of the country up to Jerusalem before the Passover to purify themselves.
Right, so see again now, so all these things and then we doing and making preparation, making sure ourselves clean in order, everything we doing, right? Because right, we know certain laws that certain things we can't do one thing, right? Right, go ahead.
Verse 56. Then sought they for Jesus and spake among themselves as they stood in the temple, what ye think, that he will not come to the feast?
So again now, so now they're thinking, hey, will he come to the feast by? Now, but he's an Israelite, the feast and thing. That's why all Israelites again should be celebrating all of them feasts, not the other nations and them philosophies and nonsense of celebrating and things like all Easter, Christmas Day, Thanksgiving and all these things and them but not pertaining to blacks, Hispanics and Native Indians and things like that. No way, this is he feast and thing, right? This belong to he. So any people come, right? Go ahead.
Verse 57. Now both the chief priests and the Pharisees had given a commandment that if any man knew where he was, they should show it, that they might take him.
Right, so now again, so now they don't give out that order. Hey, anybody see Christ or you come and tell you, so now they could come and grab him. Right, and what happened? Christ did come to the Passover, and that order was able to say, I see again now. So what happened with Christ? Just again, he followed the Mosai law. From since a little boy, keeping the Passover. So the same thing we have to follow and do the same thing, right? So the same thing. Christ keep the laws till death, and thing, right?
Right.
And then I have nothing like, hey, you're going on. I'm going to smoke a little weed for 7 years, and then after not smoke no weed and come back again and thing, right? Right through Christ not smoking. Same thing again. Right through you are not eating no pork, crab, shrimp, lobster and thing. Right? You ever eat it, it know it is the Lord the Most High and thing. Not when you feel like and thing, right? You do that till death and thing, right? Same thing happening here. The Most High feast days and them, you do it till death and thing too again, right? So another say that hey, when you feel like and thing, it's simple, and that's why when we go back and to the Most High that's not what. Come on, 1 John 5 and 3.
The book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
So this is what the Most High saying, so that we keep his commandments and commandments not grievous and things. Say you're not getting away and thing, right? They say, right, you know what? There's something hard the Most High was getting to keep and thing, right? We have sisters could real cook and all kind of thing, right? Cook the with them, go and cook lamb. You could eat there, all you like wild meat and thing, right? Do eat no gona, do eat no maniku, do eat no goody. Yeah, there you could eat and thing, right? The sister them could real cook it, and man could real cook and thing, or you cook up them thing and you know what? Cook it to all them taste and thing and you know the Most High not vex with you and thing here within the law of the Most High and thing, right? Same thing again, something go wrong with something you and your brother fall out and thing, don't go and kill brother, you and your brother go and work it out, because why? It have laws and thing, it have laws set up for it, that when you and your brother have a disagreement and thing, right? Men and them want to grown man, woman and thing, you're not getting away. Because in the scriptures say, you could have more than one wife and thing, right? So King Solomon, so even the scriptures saying it one, if a man that's not how it go again, boy. If a man beloved one wife and another one hated and things, so that's simple thing showing that hey, a man could have more than one wife and things. There's no getting away. Abraham more than one wife, King Solomon, Jacob had more than one wife, Moses, David, and thing. There's no getting away and thing. Right? So if you feel that hey, you could wait a minute, that's going on now the water the Musai. So the Musai law is really easy and things. So if you feel that hey, you want another wife, if you're good with your one wife, right, no see. But don't go on our next man wife, because again, when you go and read Leviticus 20 and 10, you go see now if you go and sleep with our next man wife, you see any punishment in the adulterer, and your adultery is going down and things. Don't go and sleep with our next man wife. The law is really easy. You want next woman, go and get a next woman. Just to get a woman belonging to somebody else, and it's easy and thing, right?
Right.
You want to go on, you're feeling down, you're feeling oppressed. Most I say make wine and thing. It was made for men to be glad and thing. You're feeling oppressed and thing. You didn't like what happened with your work today and thing, but something happened with you, your car break down, it's somewhere going and get the next thing. Drink a little wine, go over, drink it moderate. So hey, here going on. You don't have to go through that and look into so about where the next thing, calm yourself and thing, right? Don't go and pull no weed, don't go and pull no cigarette, don't go and pull no cocaine, because every one of them is not at the most side. They will make you feel like hey, the man who's smoking cocaine and then he off, and the man smoking cigarette and marijuana, he good. When none of it not good in the eyes of the most and thing, right?
Right.
And thing right, and Christ wasn't doing none of these things and them. And we had to walk after Christ and Christ again, then come and say, but you know what? After 20 years, you know what? But I done with it. I feel like while it break, I go back and break them laws, and you know what? 3 years past, I will come back and keep you. Just keeping the laws straight. Just keeping them feast days and them straight. You keep the feast until they grab him to death. So that we example is. So we have to keep them thing till death and thing, right? And the same thing following the scriptures and thing, right? So yeah, you see it for yourself, the nation of Israel, and then after we walking after we king, right? And who will be in the Most High. Just how Christ will be the Most High. And then same thing what they're coming down now, we have to obey the Most High too, right?
Right.
As Christ did it, right? So give me 1 Timothy 2:9, and you go play the video for me. Nah, don't give me 1 Timothy 2:9. Give me Ezekiel chapter 16 and verse 9 to 13.
Ezekiel?
Ezekiel chapter 16.
16.
Yeah, verse 9 to 13.
Read Ezekiel first or play the video first?
Now play the video first, and then after we go cut it a little bit and then go back again.
This for my people. This for my people. Yeah, this for my people. This for my people. This for my people. Yeah, this for my people. Fuck the white man, 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 fuck. This for my people. This for my people. Yeah, this for my people. This for my people. This for my people. Yeah, this for my
I hold it right. Right. So give me
Ezekiel 16.
Yeah, give me Ezekiel 16.
9, I think that's it.
Yeah.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 16 and verse 9. Then wash I thee with water, yea, I thoroughly wash away the blood from thee, and I anointed thee with oil.
You know, the Most High again making you a new man, just like how he made Abraham, and then I changed Abraham from Abraham, and again Abraham, just like Jacob. Now he changed Jacob name, and now again now he washed everything right. So yeah, make a different man. Now he call it Israel and thing right. So same thing happening with a lot of the brothers and them in the scriptures and thing right. So same thing now we say now becoming a new man now, right? Go ahead.
Verse 10. I clothe thee also with broidered work, and shod thee in badger skin, and gird thee about with fine linen, and cover thee in silk.
Right, so the best of that clothes on them today, the best of that clothes on them in the world today, we're seeing there all linen and thing and silk and thing. And who not wearing this? Who not wearing this right now? You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. This was to be easy, right? And then this is what the Most High gave you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to wear and thing, right? And what's happening right now? You to the lowest, right? Go ahead.
Verse 11. I deck thee also with ornaments, and put bracelets upon thine hands, and a chain upon thy neck.
Right, so when you watch him again, the black, you see him black man. So when you watch all these, like you watch here and thing, you see the brother with all the headbands, all the chains, all the wristbands and things. This is the things what the Mosai deaf we know and this is now again now we're coming back to serve the Mosai and think that these spirits we should be having looking deaf off to come and serve the Mosai and thing. Right, same thing now when we go see later on with the sister and thing. Right, so this is the spirit we should be having now. Hey, Passover coming by. Here well do. And thing right we having all them, we having all the head. Like let the video play a little bit so we can see and things. Yeah, shitty white man holidays, shit Chris, shit New Year's, shitty stuff. Yep. Any brother on them, right? Well, his Israelite spirit, right? And after when as you see in scripture thing you get the holy kiss and people go think they're gonna kiss a man and the thing on the cheeks and all kind of thing. You see them all them homosexual doing them all them Europeans and them doing same thing, putting them spirit and all them foot when they come in and play football and basketball, touching man and the bottom and things. So when the brother meet the brother, they do so you do so whap and do that and thing, right? So that is spirit whap bounce. We see anything a man kissing man on the cheeks and thing like that, whole homosexual spirit thing there on, right?
Right.
Where we reach?
Verse 12.
Go ahead.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 16 and verse 12. And I put a jewel on thy forehead, and earrings in thine ears.
So when you watch it, you see now we just have headbands and thing, earrings in here. So again, we like to come and say when you have one ear, boy, is a homosexual and all kind of thing. No, the Mosai give you these things and then we definitely for we to look good, everything, right? So nothing wrong with that boy wearing earring and thing, nothing wrong with jewelry and thing. Like all these things the Mosai would deal this for we and thing, right? Where's the verse 13? Go ahead.
And earrings in thine ears, and a beautiful crown upon thine head.
Right, so you see again, so all these things on them with the Mosai definitely with something, right? When they watch you and say, yeah boy, the nation of Israel is really the nation of Israel is they're outstanding and thing, they're shining, they're glowing, right? Right? You see it again, you see more the brothers again with all the headpieces and thing, the jewelry, the earrings, the wristbands and thing, right? And then we just keep going at it. Why need the glasses, everything, you know, one thing, right? So where there's no law, there's no sin. And thing, right? So we're not going against the Mosai and thing, right?
Right.
Yeah, go ahead to verse 13.
The book of Ezekiel 13. And thus was thou decked with gold and silver, and thy raiment was of fine linen, and silk, and broidered work. Thou didst eat fine flour, and honey, and oil, and thou was exceeding beautiful, and thou did prosper into a kingdom.
Right, so you see again, so the Mosai now we again now eating nonsense and thing to everybody Mosai thing about it was good, right? So everything when you come back to the fine flour, honey, oil, everything, ornaments, everything you're thinking about things upon our skin, the cream, or we think about the grease, the oils and them, making sure we in order and thing, right? Making sure hey, them men and them smell good for the woman and them women smelling good for the men and them and who about themselves and all too, same thing and all too. And even the priests and all that, the Mosai and all too, we have different scent for them that hey, not even how I can go on, not even the other nation, the other Israelites and them could think. This is for the priests and them. I them fragrance and thing. Why not saying, why have our own fragrance? This is for the priests and them. Why don't look to go and make that and thing too? When you go into all the scriptures and all too, that are really different. These people are smelling different from the normal Israelites and them, right?
Right.
And things, right? Men are the Most High, right? There is only men coming together spreading the Most High work and thing, right? When you go through all the scriptures all through the week and thing that they're putting all the effort. Why? Because they love the Most High and they love the nation and thing, coming and spreading all the work of the Most High through all the classes Monday to Sunday and thing, right? All on Saturdays through all the street teaching and thing, right? And all them coming together to keep the Most High Passover and thing, right?
Right.
So let me go to the sisters and them now, right? So give me First Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9.
The book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9.
Right, hold on, go back to you can wind back up the video, right? Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. They say how good everyone they say, you know, good the sisters and them looking at thing, right? Here well do, dressed in our order. So everybody watching it, that woman only will people and thing, and I know what they're coming together to keep the most high feast days, all kind of thing, right? So the father and father then gather sister back though. Right? Right, so when you watch the woman and them, right, they see how they in order and thing, right? So you see everything how the most high, see how a woman should be walking and thing, right? And woman must be in modest apparel and thing. And look how beautiful this woman and them looking, right? And don't feel them don't have the hair breathing and thing, right? And besides that now too again, this now they'll be coming now together and they were baking and thing, right? Doing all sewing up garments and thing, right? And making preparation for the Passover, the feast of unleavened bread and thing, right? You know what them women want to say again, the chair go look so and thing, right? So this is now what the Most are saying, hey, do be this or this full of this period here and this or your apparel just wearing gold and thing, right? Do let that be alone, right? You not seeing that you women can look good and thing, right? But do let that be or your attire alone and thing, right? Show works and thing, right? And now you see like how when you watch these sisters and them here and thing, right? You know what? These three sisters and could come together, they're talking, they're liming, they're having fun. I know what and they're still helping out the nation and thing. They're helping the nation, they're helping the husband and thing, right? And helping out sisters and thing too, right? So this is the spirit again. We sisters and them should be having not just like you know what, I just know tomorrow, I just know I looking good and digest it and thing. And when you check back, you have nothing behind you and thing, right? And this is just what the most I see into you all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. There's no be about braided here and they say, oh yeah, or your gold chain and or your gold earring and or your gold watch and everything, right? And that's all your body and then exposing all your body and all kind of thing. Nah, let be of good let be of good behavior and thing, right? No matter where you go, you have in that spirit, your husband could turn around and say, hey, I show my husband, my wife will walk down the road and I have nothing to hear about she for the rest of the weekend thing. Yeah, I say no shame, faceness and thing, right? So nothing to talk about. I walk down the road street and everybody must have good things to see and thing, right? And this is what we want the sister, all the sisters and the nation of Israel to be about and thing, right? So they say all the sisters coming together in the Passover, making sure again now taking part in all the feast and unleavened bread and thing. I for one I don't like flour, but I know these sisters and them into they all in needing and these things and everything, right? So now I say no flour, no baking bread with yeast and bake with yeast and thing, right? So now all they could come together and thing and do these things and help all the situation now who don't have and they're not going to go make extras for the sisters and all the other men and them and thing in the school and thing, right? And coming to keep the most I think. So this is the spirit this is the spirit the most I have one for the women and many nation of Israel coming together, we're having fun and keeping the most I Passover again and watching things like yourself and them looking good, and then know that hey, this time in here is the Passover and thing, right? So they know hey, they went and get it just in order, they went and get itself in order, they went to start putting up all start every day putting on all the nice oil, purifying themselves, making sure Passover coming, right? Because this is the most high feast days and thing, right? Coming up and thing, right? So this is the same spirit we should be having and thing when that time comes. So just like how that's how Christ knowing that from since the 12 years, from the first one till he start again memory and thing, right? So some of we just again now, some I think when we like and thing, we never forget from the first time we could like start to recall things and things to like, you know, hey, first time I went back in again whatever party like and they could recall somebody at the age, hey, much girl I wine on and thing like this is the spirit we should be having on to know hey, you know what? Passover coming, me missing that again and thing like just like when I might be going some country and thing, but I never forget where that resort or I went to and I could go again. This is the spirit we should be having when the Passover come and think to say, hey, you know what, Passover coming by. When I look at get my shampoo, get my grease, get my ornaments, and then get my oils, and then get my clothes, go and carry by the tail and everything, and counting down them days. You know, back in school days and thing where when your school open back and your father buy a Nike for you, a Fila or a Reebok and thing, you can't wait for you now to go and rock that and show people, hey, I have a Reebok, I have a Nike, I have a Fila and thing. They see in spirit here now, we should be having you black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So hey, look, the most high feast days coming here. Let me go and let me get together, let me do it, let me rock. And thing, I will have vibes and thing, right?
Right.
So that's about 3 more verses to close off there, and that will be it for the United. So give me 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 3 and 5.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 3. Let the husbands render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise also the wife unto the husband.
So when we think about this now, I say my people might be wondering what does have to do now with the Passover and thing, right? But actually no, right? It have something to do with when coming back to serving the Most High and keeping the Most High feast days and thing, right? So what I'm saying here now, so when coming back to this now, right? There's something sexual between a woman and she husband and thing, right? So no one commented that and thing now. So a woman not supposed to be again now withholding from she holding sex from she husband and thing, right? You know, they could the boy go say, well, hey, you can't wait him not now. They're not saying that and thing, right? You my woman might be she might be have so much energy, you know, or go communicate with each other. And
Right.
verse 4 for me.
Verse 4. The wife hath not power of her own body, but the husband. And likewise also the husband hath not power of his own body, but the wife.
Right. So when you go back and read the whole thing, or you're saying that, hey, you know what? Wherever you and your husband think do or two withhold from don't withhold sex from each other and thing, right? Or it could be angry and thing, like think, hey, if the man was sex, give the man the sex and thing, but you know it has circumstances now that hey, you know what, and your monthlies and thing, that when able to have two counsel about it and thing, right? And it might be you might get some extra tasks on your work today. The man might be too tired, and the woman might want sex. Hey, talk to your husband and say, you know what, I really can't get nothing tonight in the morning and thing. Right? Don't do like the woman who go and stab the policeman because when we go back in the up last year or something, the woman go and stab the man because she didn't get no sex and thing for the man, stab the man and say, hey, I want my sex, and then she go and stab the man. Thing. Don't do like that, woman. I don't play man like that woman and do that and thing, right? So it have circumstances that hey, the woman will not be able to have sex and thing, right? So when we go back to this now, go on to verse 5.
Verse 5. Defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent for a time.
Right, so this is what he's saying also, defraud ye not from one another, right? Except it be for a time, right? So again, certain complication might come up. and then you might be tired from work, you might be drive too long, something, some part of your body hurting you or something. They say like, yeah, you know what? I understand now, right? And thing, right? And thing, don't be again like a robot and thing like that. I say, nah, I wife no one thing. Don't do a wife and them thing that, and the same thing woman don't do a man and them thing. The man tired, you go get it in the day and thing, right? But here now coming different now, when still coming now when coming back to the Mosai feast days and thing, or when they come into the Mosai, when they come into the congregation, the Mosai place something, right? The buildings and them, right? So this is what happening now, right? This now, right? So go ahead.
That ye may give yourselves to fasting and prayer, and come together again, that Satan tempt you not for your incontinency.
Right. So now this is the Passover coming here now, right? So when we check back this now, the Passover and thing like that, more or less all the feast days and thing, right? And thing will start at sundown, right? So again now, so everything starting at sundown, right? And thing and if go and look at 6 and they come into the most I think you're gonna be unclean and thing, right? So now this is the time now you and your husband now what we freeing from each other. So not just about the woman and the man, it's about the two of you now, because now this as we coming in now, this is the most high feast days and thing now. So the two of yourself will have to refrain from coming to having sex to coming to the most high Passover and thing, right? So you might say yourself, wait, thing, but this is where it coming into effect now with the feast days and them now. So now you're gonna be unclean now with that whole scene now and thing too. So again now, hey, without and my dad without for think, cause right again if we gather for the feast and unleavened bread, the same thing will happen the same thing will happen again too again, right? So this is just two of them things back to back, right? The Passover and the feast and unleavened bread and thing, and if we come in and gather, it could be unclean. So now we're talking husband and say, yeah, you know, we go care thing because now this is a law for we now, because now this is when the most high place now we go care do this. And if I decide to go ahead and have sex, well, it's all up to you and the most high and thing, right? Because this is more or less a law now that hey, whenever I think I can come to the most high place too, right? With that and thing, or you're clean, right? So if I decide to go and break it, it's all up to you. But this will learn you know that hey, when you come into the house of the most high, you can't come and have sex and thing and come to the most high place because it will be unclean and thing, right?
Right.
And think so, hey, you and a woman, while you talk about that, if I want to wait, then better do it 4 o'clock, do it 12 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and then right after 6 o'clock reach, I know, hey, that is day. It's none of that. Before that, yeah, 6 o'clock, I know, hey, so counsel the wife and thing and say, well, hey, you know, Passover coming up and thing, right, might be at this again, this Passover, so all know tuning in and now looking in, so it might be this Passover coming again. The next one I come in or again when I come into the most high place again, or I know that hey, I can think of I go know why on clean and thing. So do go on and no sex and thing, right? So this is where coming back now, I consent with each other, right? And everything straight. And again, you stay to the most high and thing, right? Same thing back to give me Leviticus 15 and 19.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 15 and verse 19. And if a woman have an issue, and an issue in her flesh be blood, she shall be put apart 7 days, and whosoever toucheth her shall be unclean until even.
Right. So again, when a woman these and thing, or as I say, I don't like to use that word period, I rather use monthlies and thing, right? If a woman and she period and thing, right? This is why you see and thing, right? 7 days and thing, right? So, but this is not no sin. But now you're coming to the Most High feast day and thing, right? You're coming to the Most High congregation and thing, right? Now again, now it's not no sin, but you will have to stay away from the Passover. You will have to miss it. Hopefully, you might see it. You might be able to come next year and think. I doubt you that's so. I'm not for it to keep on happening every Passover and thing. Nah, the most I go work out something for you. The most I go work out something for you. So you might just this year, you might just have to miss it and thing, right? It's the next year, it's the next year after and thing. Doubt it that's so for you for every year for you not just for you to just be on your monthly here when the Passover around and things. So also again too, this is something the same time. So just like the sex and thing, right? Can come and have sex, right? Can have sex before the sundown, right? And then wait name, right? Before the sundown, but as that sundown reach, they can come and have sex and then come to the Most High Passover, right? So the same thing happening again to the woman and them on the cycles and thing, on the monthlies and thing. You will not able to come the Passover. It's no sin, but it is what it is, right? And think because why you could be unclean too. And the same thing now if you men and all touch the woman and you touch a woman, the same thing, you're unclean, so the same thing. Make sure that before that that sundown again, yeah, I'm waiting him, right? Because the same thing will happen again. You touch the sundown, you're unclean too again to the same way and all too. So it's all these things that will come into play with the Most High feast days and them too, right? Usually normal, you just home, it'll be okay with your woman, whom, whoever and thing, right? Not touching a woman by the time, but no whether with him. But because I feast the feast days among the congregation of Israel and the Most High feast days, you will not be able, right? The Most High let's stay human be that, let's be stay human, let's be unclean, right? And give me John chapter 10, verse 22 to 24.
The book of John, chapter 10 and verse 22. And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of dedication, and it was winter. And Yahushua walked in the temple, Salakia, and Yahushua walked in the temple in Solomon's porch. Verse 24. Then came the Jews round about him and said unto him, How long doest thou make us doubt? If thou be the Christ, tell us plainly.
All right, so this is just another thing to show you again that you not just the Passover again Christ was keeping. So when you go back again, and don't feel that if you see that you feel to you keep this something, that's why when we go in the scriptures, you feel to do this commandment and you feel not to do this commandment. When you're doing all the commandments the Most High say to do. So again, now you see now this is another feast. This is another feast day we have and thing, right? So when you check it out, better known as Hanukkah, right? And thing too, right? And you go find this in Maccabees and all too again, right? So just how we read about the past. That's how we read about the Passover, and you go find it in Exodus something, right? This now you go find in the Maccabees, the Apocrypha and thing, right? So again, now when you go back and think to again, you see Christ keeping the feast of dedication and all to you are wrong it again too. So just to show you, not just about the Passover and thing. Christ was keeping every one of the laws and things. So that who we walking after and that who we following and thing to again. Just to show you there we is to keep the Most High laws, statutes, and judgment, and who we walking after Christ. So just how all these feast days coming down, and think from the Passover, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the Feast of Tabernacles, the Feast of Trumpets, and thing, right? The Day of Atonement and thing, which might be the hardest day for most people and thing, right? And thing, but it is what it is, keeping it and thing too, and so go on. The Feast of Purim, all these feasts and them, it's the same thing as Christ was keeping it, we should be following to and keeping it and all too, right?
Right.
It was deemed by the Most High for you to keep it and all too. So just how we are reading the scriptures, and it was at Jerusalem, the feast of dedication, it was winter, right? And Yahushua walked in the temple in Solomon porch, right? And then came the Jews round about and said unto him, How long dost thou make us doubt? If thou be the Christ, tell us plainly. So I want to know if you're doing things, you're talking at the Most High and thing, and I want to know, hey, you is the Christ, you is the Christ you are saying about, and they want to know one thing, right? So again, Christ again following the feast of dedication, and they hold out able, and when you check back again to the Passover, they hold out able to kill Christ, because right, Christ came to keep the Passover and all too. And thing I say again, you black Hispanics and Native Indians, man. The Passover is Saturday sundown again, and when you think back again, this is the thing we should be following at the Most High, not following the Most High feet. Should be not supposed to be following New Year as the right thing. Always take something close by again to make you move away, get you blind and thing, right? So again, when you check back out what happened and thing, right? When you watch back the same feast here, the feast of dedication, that is keep wrong December and thing, right? When you check back and what they have right wrong there, that Christmas and thing, right? Upcome now the Passover, now they have Easter, which is the Passover, but them come with their own philosophies and doctrines and thing now, and we following a Roman God. named Esther and other name Estati, and so I keep on going and thing. And why they just blind me by the foods and the drinks and all these things and the gifts and everything. Same thing coming down to the same thing coming down to all these other things and what we keep on thing. There's the foods and the gift and them Thanksgiving and thing. That big turkey and all these things and them, and yeah, you're feeling that everything straight and thing, food gift and everything. No, Valentine the same thing again, food gifts and everything, drinks and thing. And I keep on waiting. I know I get getting blind. I'm not looking into it and thing, and not knowing that hey, these things is fully evil in the eyes of the Most High and thing, and it's fully pagan and I do make sense and thing, right? So you Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, student here at I.S.U.P.K, learn more about your culture, learn about more feast days, the things that the Most High would deal to keep right, and we continue bringing these knowledge to the people every day through the week and thing, right? Through all the prophets and them, through the I.S.U.P.K all over America. We in Jamaica, we in England, we in Canada, we in Brazil, we in Haiti, we in Jamaica, we are in Nicaragua. We ride it, right? And we come in again, right? And we ain't stopping until we can come back, right?
Right.
With that, I'll pass the class over to Priest and Officer Maikwa.
This is the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant Gen.YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is the commandment. You can find this in Numbers chapter 18 and verse 21 and Malachi chapter 3 verses 8 to 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew and is pronounced Ma'asra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocation. The upcoming holy convocation is the Lord's Passover, which is the 14th day of the first month. This is Saturday, April 24th, 2021. You can find this in Exodus chapter 12, verses 1 to 51, Leviticus chapter 23, verse 4 to 5, 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 7 to 8, and 2 Chronicles chapter 30 and verse 17. Remind Archeum and Aquatium to check on social media, such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K events and material. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he's to start wearing all black, which include black boots, like shirt, like pants, like headbands or scarf, and with that, we say, I imagine. We're going to begin with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemaya, Kwadash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malabaka, Taba'a, Ratazaka, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamaya, Nathanaw, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalaknaw, Kawawatnaw, Kasalaknaw, Kawawatinaw, Wala'a, Tabayanaw, Banasayawan, Abal, Awashainaw, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wataparat, Wa'aiwalamyam, Aman.
What we just said, our Father,
which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. We're going to say the blessings in the Hebrew. Brakata Yahweh, Wa Yahushai, Wa Makala, Wa Alahaya, Matazabia, Alawap Yahan, Ha Alawapia, Ha Saranya, Ha Kwatazaya Nyam, Ha Kayali Yam, Wa Akwatya, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, so Wada Aman.
What we just said. Let's see Yahweh.
And Yahushai, and Michael, and the angel, Commander Gen.YAHANNA.
The generals,
captains,
officers,
troopers,
and the sisters.
and the sisters.
Yahweh, in the name of
In the
Yahushua.
name of Yahushua, we thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Yahweh in the Hebrew, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Babakasha, the thunder now, Hakak, Larapa, Kalmakala, Wakal Madawa, Hakak, Lata, Atamazaria, Hakak, Lahakoyam, Amatayam, Hakak, Irakawa, Atamayala, Lagarasha, Bashem, Yahushai, Tawada Aman.
What we just said, Yahweh,
in
the name of Yahushua.
name of Yahushua,
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power. The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the leper.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
Cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua,
Thank you.
thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
This is I.S.U.P.K. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you,
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and
And
earth.
all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh. The name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now. Right now.
And evils and curses.
Send evils and curses. And punishment and destruction. To the heathen. That speak against us. Thy prophets. The teacher. The prince. The priest. The Israelite brother. And the school.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction. To the heathen. And shake loose.
The treasure of the rich of Israel.
The treasure of the rich of Israel.
That refuse to give to the
That refuse to give to the
Force their riches.
To
enter thy sanctuary.
enter thy sanctuary.
Evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And
punishment and destruction.
The Edomites.
To the Edomites.
The nation.
And
their
the drug dealer.
The court system.
The prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
All the government of our enemy.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church. The Pope. Islam. Christianity. Egyptology. Militia. Ku Klux Klan. Aryan Nation. Skinheads. Quasi mortality. Gay movement. Lesbian movement. Spies. Workers of witchcraft. NASA space program. Army. Navy. Air Force. Marine. Wall Street. Open up the internet. And the airwaves. The cable access channel. And the radio channel. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us and bring swift destruction to all the heathens that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your word through the planet Earth.
Let them all the plagues.
Let them all the plagues.
Cause them to go to
and fro to the earth and consume them.
Let the plague shake.
The house of the thief.
And the murderer. Let
Yahushua, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathen that come against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media. Through the whole world.
For them to shake out thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Always.
So be it. We're going to say the blessed Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Barak Lanawa, Shalom, Wahabayah, Sapphire, Barak, Rapah, Magan, Hagan, commanding GEN.YAHANNA, generals, captains, officers, troopers, students, children, sisters. All those trying to come to the truth. John family, Philip family, Alexis family, Likoto family.
Brothers and sisters in I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K.
Brothers and sisters trying to come to the truth.
Brothers and sisters trying to come to the truth.
Children and babies in the I.S.U.P.K.
Children and babies in the I.S.U.P.K.
Francois family.
Brown family.
Zion.
Wesleyan. Daniela. Jamelia. Ashida. Trisha. Chantel. Mylin. Nima. Khadija. Chantel. Bashem. Yahushai. Tawada Aman.
What we just said, Lord,
in the
name of Yahushua,
bless us,
and Israel, and the school, bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones, in the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it, sir. Men of Israel, let's give the team a one courtesy salute. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine. Barak. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai B'Katah. Yad Matah. Sir. Let's give the sisters online a one courtesy salute. Imagine Shabbat. Barak. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Yad Matah. Class dismissed.